What if the pain in your lower back isn't simply a sign of aging, but a quiet message your body has been trying to send you for years? Most people over 50 shrug off lower back discomfort as inevitable. They say things like, "That's just part of getting older," or "Everyone has back pain eventually." But here's the truth, and it may surprise you. Your back pain is rarely about age. It's about adaptation. Your spine has been adapting for decades, adapting to the way you sit, the way you move, the way you sleep, and even the way you carry stress. And now, it's asking you to listen. That stiffness when you wake up in the morning. The hesitation before standing up from a chair. The ache that builds after sitting just a little too long. These sensations aren't signs that your body is breaking down. They're signals that certain patterns have been repeated for years, and those patterns can be changed. Today, I'm going to show you 4 science-backed movements that go far beyond traditional stretching. These are neuromuscular reset movements, designed to reconnect your brain and body, restore natural motion, and help relieve tension at one of the most overlooked areas in your lower back. And for many people, the difference can be felt in under 30 seconds. Before we begin, drop your name and where you're watching from in the comments. I always love seeing our community come together from around the world. Now, let's dive into why most people over 50 are treating the wrong part of their back. Lower back pain has become so common that many people accept it as normal. But common doesn't mean inevitable. And more importantly, common doesn't mean untreatable. One of the biggest misconceptions about back pain is that it comes mainly from muscles. People stretch their hamstrings, massage their lower back, or apply heat to sore areas, yet the pain keeps returning.
Why?
Because the real issue often lies deeper, in a joint that stopped moving properly years ago. This joint is called the lumbosacral joint. It sits at the base of your spine, where the lumbar vertebrae meet the pelvis. Think of it as the foundation of your entire movement system. Every step you take, every time you sit down, every time you bend or twist, this joint absorbs force and distributes movement throughout your body. Over years of prolonged sitting, slouching posture, or limited mobility, the lumbosacral joint can become stiff or compressed. When this happens, your brain interprets reduced movement as a potential threat. And when your brain senses threat, it creates pain signals, not necessarily because damage exists, but because protection is needed. It's like a smoke alarm going off when toast burns, loud, urgent, but not always indicating danger. That's why traditional stretching alone often doesn't solve chronic back discomfort. You're stretching around the problem rather than restoring movement to the source. The exercises you're about to learn focus on retraining, not forcing, your spine. Because when your nervous system relearns safe movement, pain often begins to fade. Let's start with a movement that looks simple but has powerful neurological effects. Lie face down on a comfortable, firm surface such as a yoga mat or carpeted floor. Allow your body to relax completely. Rest your forehead down for a moment and take a few slow breaths. Then gently press up onto your elbows. Keep your hips and pelvis in contact with the floor. You're not trying to push high, just enough to create a gentle extension in your lower spine. Hold this position for about 30 seconds while breathing slowly. If it feels intense, lower down briefly and return when ready. This movement gently reverses the forward-flexed posture many people develop from sitting for long periods. Instead of aggressively stretching, it introduces safe extension, reminding your nervous system that this direction of movement is allowed again. What's fascinating is how quickly some people experience relief. Not because they suddenly became more flexible, but because a compressed joint finally regained space to move. Think of this exercise as a reset button. Each time you practice it, you reinforce a healthier spinal position. Now let's introduce motion that reassures your nervous system. Lie on your back. Bring your knees up so your thighs are vertical and your calves are relaxed. Extend your arms slightly to the sides for balance. Slowly allow both knees to fall to one side. Only go as far as comfortable. There's no need to push range of motion. Return to center, then move to the other side. Imagine your legs moving like a pendulum. Slow, rhythmic, controlled. Continue for about 30 seconds. This gentle rotation restores a type of movement many people lose over time. Daily life often involves moving forward and backward, walking, sitting, standing, but very little rotation. Without rotation, joints become stiff and protective muscles tighten. The rocking motion stimulates mechanoreceptors, tiny sensors inside your joints that send calming signals to the brain. These signals reduce tension and help the body shift from protection mode into relaxation. Many people notice that stiffness begins to melt away during this movement. That's your nervous system learning that motion is safe again. Next, we move into stability. Begin on your hands and knees. Place your hands directly under your shoulders and knees under your hips. Gently engage your core as if preparing for a light tap to the stomach. Extend your right arm forward with your thumb pointing upward. At the same time, hover your left knee slightly off the ground. Hold for 5 seconds. Return to start and switch sides. Focus on control rather than speed. Avoid rocking or twisting. This exercise activates deep stabilizing muscles, including the multifidus, a small but critical muscle group that supports spinal alignment. After episodes of back pain, these muscles often become less active. When that happens, larger muscles compensate, creating tension and imbalance. The bird dog movement helps restore reflexive stability, your body's ability to protect itself automatically during movement. Beyond pain relief, this exercise improves balance, walking confidence, and fall prevention. Finally, we address a surprising contributor to back pain: weak or inactive hip stabilizers. Stand facing a wall. Place your fingertips lightly against it for balance. Shift your weight onto one leg. Lift the other leg slightly off the ground. Slowly draw controlled circles with your knee or foot. Move as if you're tracing a circle through thick water. Slow, deliberate motion is key. Continue for about 30 seconds before switching sides. This movement strengthens the gluteus medius and other stabilizers that keep your pelvis level during walking. When these muscles weaken, the pelvis tilts with each step, placing stress on the lower back. By restoring hip control, you reduce strain on the spine. Here's what I want you to remember. You are not fragile. You are adaptive. Your body reflects how you've moved, not simply how long you've lived. That means change is always possible. Start small. Instead of chasing pain relief, focus on improving control. Pain has a way of shrinking our world. It makes us hesitate. It makes us doubt. But every intentional movement is a step toward reclaiming confidence. These exercises speak directly to your nervous system, reminding your brain that your body is still capable. You are not your pain. You are not your stiffness. You are a living, adapting system, and transformation begins with small, consistent steps. This is not the end of your story. It's the turning point. Step by step, movement by movement, you begin again.